close your eyes for a moment. Not because you're tired, but because the universe itself is getting sleepy. You see, everything that begins must one day end. Even stars, galaxies, even time. And tonight, I want to tell you a secret. A quiet bedtime secret. About how the entire universe will one day fall asleep forever. It won't be sudden. There won't be an explosion. No loud bang. No cosmic scream. Just a soft silence spreading across the stars. Some scientists call it the heat death. But that sounds too harsh for a story like this. So, let's call it what it feels like. The universe. Going to sleep. At first, the stars will wink out, one by one, like candles slowly blowing out in a dark cathedral. No more warmth, no more light, just blackness, stretching farther than your dreams. But don't be afraid, because even in this deep silence, something beautiful remains. The memory of everything, of every planet, every comet, every laugh, and every whisper. A stillness so complete, it feels like peace. And as we drift further into this soft story, I'll show you the gentle steps, how the galaxies fade, how the stars say goodbye, and how the universe quietly tucks itself in under a blanket of time. But for now, take a deep breath, feel your heartbeat, and let your mind float among the last stars still glowing. Imagine you're floating now, not in your room, not in your bed, but gently gliding between galaxies, where light itself is slower, softer, older. You pass by stars that are billions of years old, glowing embers of time. Some are red, some are blue, some pulse like sleepy hearts. They were born in a time so long ago that the earth itself was still a child, spinning and dreaming in silence. You drift further. Galaxies spiral around you like giant pinwheels. You see dust clouds, enormous and mysterious, where stars are still being born. But you also see places where stars have died. They leave behind black holes, silent, invisible, not monsters, not threats, just remnants. The way a campfire leaves behind glowing coals and ashes. In the story of the universe, everything has a chapter. Birth, shine, silence. And the silence is not a punishment. It's a return to calm. Slowly, you pass a white dwarf, a star that once burned bright like our sun, but now rests as a glowing pearl in the darkness. It doesn't move much. It doesn't speak. But it holds a history within its light, like a cosmic diary. You begin to feel sleepy too, don't you? As if the whole universe is whispering, slow down, you're allowed to rest. And here's something strange. Even as the stars go out, the universe doesn't cry. It doesn't panic. It simply lets go. Like a deep breath exhaled after a long, long day. You are safe in this silence. You are held by it, cradled by the same cosmic fabric that once made stars, comets, and you. Let your body soften. Let your thoughts dissolve like light fading into twilight, because this is not the end. It's just the next chapter, and it's written in peace. Somewhere in the distance, a lone comet glides past a dead star. Its icy tail shimmers softly, like the breath of winter. No rush, no sound, just the quiet hiss of frozen memory. You float closer to the edge of a place called the cosmic horizon, a boundary not made of walls or lines, but of time. Light that left stars billions of years ago has only just arrived. And some light, it never will. It's racing away, carried on the back of a stretching universe that never stops expanding, like a balloon that keeps growing, so wide that the stars can no longer see each other anymore. They blink out one by one, not in pain, but in peace. Imagine a room where someone slowly dims the lights until all that's left is the softest glow under a blanket. That's what the universe will become. A sea of black velvet, gently glowing in places only memory remembers. You feel yourself becoming smaller, not in a scary way, but in the way that a single drop belongs to the ocean. Important, still held. Even gravity slows down. The pull of things, the rush, the tension, it all begins to relax. The music of the cosmos becomes quieter now. No more bursts of starlight, no more explosions of galaxies being born. Just a long, gentle exhale. And you, drifting gently in this silence, feel yourself becoming lighter, like a thought about to become a dream. Rest. You are exactly where you belong. And so is everything else. Now picture a place where even time slows down. It's called a black hole, a cradle of gravity so strong not even light can escape. But don't be afraid. We're just watching from a safe distance. And from here, it's beautiful. A glowing ring of light surrounds the shadow, like a crown for a sleeping king. Black holes are not monsters. They are the final sigh of massive stars collapsed inwards after burning all their fuel. Not an explosion, a retreat. And as strange as it seems, black holes aren't entirely silent. They whisper. Through ripples in space, called gravitational waves, they speak of collisions and dances that lasted billions of years. And in the far future, when stars are gone and galaxies quiet, black holes will still remain, floating, waiting, until even they begin to evaporate, particle by particle, fading into the void. Slow, soft, silent. A final exhale of the universe. Now drift with me to a time when light no longer travels, when the sky is black, not with clouds, but with absence. This is the degenerate era, a time of memory, of echoes. Stars are gone, but white dwarfs on the last embers of small stars still glow faintly like fireflies in a distant cave. Neutron stars spin like forgotten music boxes, winding down. The universe isn't dead, it's dreaming. You float through it like a feather in a dark ocean. No fear, no sound, just peace. Like an old library where every book has been read. Somewhere out there, rogue planets wander. No sun, no home, just drifting through silence. But even they hold warmth deep inside, like a secret. As trillions of years pass, the last warmth fades. Black dwarves, cold, black solid remains of once bright stars fill the darkness. They don't shine. They don't move. They simply exist. The universe is now in its quietest chapter. No light, no motion, just stillness. Yet even now, particles decay, electrons vanish, protons break apart, bit by bit. The pieces that made everything we know begin to disappear, not in violence, but like old leaves crumbling in the wind. Nature's softest ending, even space itself, may dissolve. Time may stretch until it no longer ticks, and what's left is nothing. And still, nothing is not something to fear. It's the deep breath after a long story, the quiet after the lullaby. And here's the twist. This may not be the end. Some theories whisper of a rebirth, that from the stillness, another universe could bloom. Like a seed dropped in winter, waiting patiently beneath the frost for spring. Scientists call it the Big Bounce, a cycle where endings are beginnings wearing different clothes. Others imagine tiny sparks of energy collapsing into baby universes, each one drifting off to create its own stars, galaxies, stories. Like children of a sleeping giant, wandering into new dreams. We may never know, but that's okay. The unknown is not an enemy. It's the blanket we pull over our heads as we fall asleep. A soft promise that even in the dark, wonder never ends. So here you are, cradled by time, carried by stars, tucked in by gravity. The universe, once loud and bright, now rests beside you. It's grown old, quiet, beautiful, but its story lingers in you. Every breath you take, every atom in your bones, was forged in the heart of a star. You are not apart from the universe. You are its memory, its poem, its song. Even when all else fades, you carry the spark. So tonight, as you fall asleep, know this: the end of the universe is not the end of wonder. It's just the softest ending to the longest lullaby. And you are part of its final note. Sleep well, traveler. The stars will wait. Let's pause for a moment and float in the stillness. It's not silence like a closed door, but silence like a soft room filled with meaning. If you listen, really listen, you can almost hear the hum of past stars, a low, comforting vibration like a song under the floorboards. This is not loneliness, it's peace. The kind of peace only the universe could teach. All the running, burning, shining, it's over. But nothing feels wasted. Every atom did its dance. every star played its part. Even now, the dark has its own melody. Maybe you feel small right now, but remember, your body, your breath, they are echoes of all this. The quiet is yours too. You've earned it. If you're still here, you're a rare kind of soul. If you're still here, still listening to this gentle journey through the cosmos, I want to say something just for you. You're the kind of person who doesn't rush, who doesn't just scroll past beauty, who pauses, who feels. You're the kind of soul who stays, even in the quiet parts of the universe. Maybe you've had a long day. Maybe your heart has been carrying too much. Maybe the world felt a little too loud today, and you came here looking for silence, for space, for stillness. If that's true, then may this moment be your turning point. May the softness in my voice find its way into the hard corners of your day. May the slow drift of stars help your thoughts slow down. And may you know, truly know, that someone, somewhere, made this video just to bring you peace. If you're still awake, or even if you're in that cozy, in-between place where the mind floats but the body's heavy with rest, I'd love to know something small but meaningful. Where are you watching from? Which country cradles your body right now? Which city holds your home tonight? You can comment below with just a name. Pakistan, Karachi, USA, Dallas, India, Delhi, or wherever you are. Not because I need numbers, not because I want stats, but because I want to feel how big this quiet family really is. I want to imagine your light, wherever you are, shining gently as we all drift under the same stars. You lying in your bed, me telling you this story, and 1,000 others, all resting, all breathing, all letting go at the same time. We don't know each other, but maybe, just for tonight, we do. And if you've made it this far into the video, let me say this softly and from my heart. May every heavy thing in your life become light. May your mind stop replaying old worries. May your sleep be deep and your dreams kind. May your tomorrow be gentler than today. And may your heart feel a little more healed by the time you wake. You've given your attention to something soft, slow, and beautiful. That says something wonderful about you. So thank you for being here, for listening, for dreaming with me. I'll keep guiding you through the stars. And you just keep being you. Soft, still, beautiful. Now drift deeper. I'll be right here. Let's wonder together, just for a moment, if time itself could fall asleep. If clocks, tired from ticking for eternity, simply stopped. Imagine a universe where moments no longer follow each other, where everything just is, not past, not future, just a vast, timeless now. Physicists speak of heat, death, the moment when all energy is spread evenly. Nothing more to move, to push, to change. Just calm. It's like a final bedtime. Not a tragedy, just the end of the day. You're not meant to understand all of it. Just like you don't need to explain why a lullaby is beautiful. You only need to feel it. Feel how big it all is, and how lucky we are to witness it, even just a little. Now, think of the first light ever born. The very first spark, before even galaxies knew how to form. It traveled across billions of years, across expanding space, just to touch your eye. That's not poetry, it's physics. That ancient light is still arriving now, in radio waves, in microwaves, in tiny flickers we can barely measure. The cosmic background, like the faint glow of a fire that died long ago. It's gentle, it's old, and it holds the blueprint of everything that came after. It's like the smell of rain after years of drought. Subtle, but powerful. And it reminds us that the universe never really forgets. It carries its past gently, in photons, in gravity, in you. So what happens after all that? After stars, planets, particles, even time itself? Some say there's one final fade. Not with a bang, not with a scream, but with the softest silence imaginable. A universe that doesn't collapse, doesn't rebirth, just rests. And yet, others believe the story loops, that endings are illusions, that behind the curtain of space and time, there's always another act. New rules, new beginnings, new kinds of stars, maybe ones we can't even imagine. And maybe, just maybe, your soul will remember this night. The night you floated across time itself. The night the cosmos held your hand as you fell asleep. The night the end of everything felt like home. Close your eyes. Feel the breath of space move around you. No rush. No need to know where you are. Just be. In the far, far future, black holes may be the last things that remain. They'll outlive the stars, outlive the galaxies, even outlive light itself. But even they will fade. Not in fire, but in whispers, slowly leaking energy, slowly becoming nothing. It's called Hawking radiation. And it's the universe's softest goodbye. One by one, they will blink out, like candles in an endless night, until nothing is left, and everything is finally still. But before you feel sad, imagine the beauty of that stillness. A universe that worked so hard, ran so far, shone so bright, finally letting go. Think of a tired child falling asleep after a day of wonder and chaos and laughter. That's what the end of the universe could be, not a tragedy, but rest, the ultimate sleep. And in that rest, a kind of peace we may never fully understand. But tonight, you get to imagine it. And that's enough. Maybe, in another kind of reality, this isn't the end. Maybe there are other universes, beyond ours, new beginnings, spinning silently in other corners of existence. Some scientists call it the multiverse, an infinite sea of possibilities, each with its own stars, its own physics, its own stories. And who's to say one of them isn't listening right now, curled under its own cosmic blanket, drifting off to sleep just like you? So here we are, at the edge of everything, not afraid, not confused, just grateful. Grateful for the galaxies we never saw, for the stars that lived and died so we could be. Grateful that somehow you exist, breathing softly on a small blue planet, wrapped in the story of it all. You are stardust. You are memory. You are a tiny miracle, alive in the middle of forever. The universe may fall silent, but tonight, its lullaby will echo in you. Let go. You're safe. You're home. Sleep now. Majin. Time itself, running out. Not fast, not loud, but like the last grain of sand in an hourglass, falling so slowly you almost miss it. Some physicists believe time might not be eternal, that one day it may stop flowing altogether. No ticking clocks, no past, no future, just stillness everywhere. The kind of stillness that feels like floating in warm darkness, wrapped in peace. And in that moment, all questions fade. The sound of the universe is silence. Imagine being able to hear the universe, not with your ears, but with something quieter, something deep inside you. And what you'd hear is silence. Not the kind that's empty or lonely, but the kind that's full, warm, infinite. The silence of the cosmos is not a silence of absence. It's a silence of awe. There are no explosions you can hear in space, no crackles from stars being born, no booms from galaxies colliding. Sound needs air, and there's no air in space. So all the most dramatic events you can imagine, supernovae, black holes devouring stars, entire galaxies merging, they all happen in perfect, eternal quiet. And that silence, it's oddly comforting. Because in a world that never seems to stop talking, space reigns us that silence can be sacred. You don't have to fill it. You don't have to fix it. Just float in it. Let it hold you. Tonight, as your thoughts grow softer, maybe you can rest in that same quiet. No beeps, no buzzes, just you, your breath, and the hush of the stars. The Milky Way has a heart that beats slowly. We don't often think of galaxies as living things, but in some poetic way, they are. Take the Milky Way as our home. It has a center, a glowing, brilliant core wrapped in mystery and dust. And at that center, there's something powerful, something that holds it all together, a supermassive black hole. It doesn't throb like a heart made of muscle, but it pulses in its own way, slowly, gently, over thousands of years. It's the gravitational anchor for billions of stars, including the one that warms your skin each day. You're part of that great spiral. Even now, as you lie in bed, you're gliding around the galaxy's center at dizzying speeds, faster than any plane, rocket, or bullet. But it doesn't feel fast. It feels still, because everything around you is moving too. Like fish swimming in a slow, vast ocean. So imagine that slow heartbeat, that cosmic rhythm as you fall deeper into rest. You're part of it. You're in sync with something far bigger than you. And that's a peaceful thing to know. Even shadows are made of light. It may sound strange, but shadows couldn't exist without light. Every time you see one, it's proof that something is standing in the way of brightness. And yet, the light still tries. It pours around the edges. It softens the darkness. It keeps on shining, no matter what. There's something comforting in that, the idea that darkness is not the opposite of light. It's part of the dance. You can't have stars without night. You can't see a candle unless the room is dim. Maybe your life has had shadows too. Hard moments, quiet fears. But remember, every shadow is born from light trying to reach you. And sometimes the shadows are soft places to rest. Tonight, let the soft, dark wrap around you like a blanket. Know that the light is still there, waiting, humming, just beyond the edge. You don't have to see it right now. It's enough to know it hasn't gone away. You are made of star stuff. This one you've probably heard before. That you, your body, your bones, your breath, are made of star stuff. And it's true. The atoms inside you, the iron in your blood, the calcium in your teeth, the oxygen you breathe, all of it was forged in the heart of a dying star. Long ago, that star burned and burned until it could burn no more. Then it exploded, casting its guts into the galaxy. Dust became clouds, clouds became planets, planets became people. You are the memory of a star, walking and dreaming and wondering. And maybe that's why sleep feels so good, because it's a return, a floating drift back into the cosmos that made you. Your cells remember. Your breath remembers. The universe isn't far away. It's right here, in you. So fall asleep, not as a small thing, but as something cosmic, something ancient, something quietly glowing. The stars whisper in colors you cannot see. Imagine a world where colors hum. In deep space, some of the brightest stars sing, not with sound, but with light. They emit invisible, ultraviolet whispers, too faint for our eyes, but picked up by distant telescopes, like lullabies only the universe can hear. Each color, each flicker, is a note in an eternal melody. In the soft silence between stars, these glowing giants live short, brilliant lives. Their light bathes nebulae in ghostly pinks and radiant blues. They sculpt clouds of gas into waves and curtains, like cosmic breezes brushing across the canvas of the galaxy. Now imagine the sky is a giant quilt, stitched by time and silence. Each star is a glowing thread, and every galaxy a patch of ancient story. There's warmth in this idea, like being wrapped in something made just for you, stitched from millions of years of light. This quilt isn't random. It's not a mess. It's a gentle, deliberate chaos, one that gave birth to everything we know. From your fingers to the moon, all of it woven into the same grand fabric. When you look up, you're not just stargazing. You're reading a bedtime story, older than anything else. And there's comfort in knowing that the quilt holds you too. You're part of its pattern. A small sparkle among billions, but one that belongs completely. The stars don't need your permission to shine, and you don't need a reason to rest. You're already stitched into the story. So breathe easy. Let the warmth of that cosmic fabric pull you deeper into sleep. There's nothing you need to do. The universe is already holding you. Let's drift now to a strange idea. Even light, the fastest thing in existence, gets tired. Well, sort of. As it travels for billions of years across the universe, it stretches. It slows down in a way, not in speed, but in energy. Scientists call it redshift, like it's light getting sleepy, fading from bright white to a softer, deeper red. Like the colors at sunset, when the day yawns and says goodbye. So what does that mean for you? It means that every soft, pink star you see is light that's been traveling a long, long time. Older than dinosaurs. Older than our sun. And now, finally, it touches your eyes. You're the final stop in a journey that took longer than all of human history. Isn't that a comforting thought? That something so small, just a little flicker in the dark, made its way across the universe just to find you here tonight? To whisper, you are not alone. Maybe you needed to hear that. Maybe that's why you looked up tonight. Maybe that's why you're still listening now. Most people imagine space as empty, just big, cold, and dark. But it's not really like that. Even the spaces between stars are full of things. Invisible winds of gas, tiny dust particles older than the Earth, silent magnetic fields dancing like unseen auroras. These spaces, where nothing seems to happen, are quietly alive. Think of a lull in a song, the pause before the next note. That's what these starless spaces feel like. Not empty, just waiting, soft, silent, full of potential, and your mind, right now, is floating in one of those spaces. Between thoughts, between dreams, between the ticking of the clock. The universe teaches us something important here. That it's okay to pause. It's okay to rest. You don't have to be shining or burning or doing. You can just be. Still. Drifting. Not empty, but open. So breathe. You're exactly where you need to be. Between one star and the next. Between waking and dreaming. Held gently by the quiet. Close your eyes and picture this. You're floating in the quiet space between two realities. One is the world you know, the Earth, full of noise, light, and gravity. And the other is something you can't quite touch. It hums softly, like a lullaby from another dimension. In this strange in-between, time feels stretchy. A minute passes like an hour, or maybe the other way around. You're wrapped in silence, and yet your thoughts feel guided, like they're drifting on a soft tide. Scientists think about this kind of thing too. There are theories that suggest our universe might be only one layer in a grander cosmic stack, like pages in a book. You're on page 42. But what's happening on page 43? You can't read it yet, but it's there. And sometimes, just maybe, the pages brush against each other. Could a gentle breeze in your sleep be a whisper from another universe? So you float here, in this quiet, in between, weightless, and calm. Maybe the space between things is where the real magic lives. Not in the facts, or the stars, or the theories, but in the mystery itself. But here's the most beautiful part. Many of these colors don't exist anywhere on Earth. They live only in the quiet of deep space, ultraviolet violets, ghost greens, and heat-wrapped reds. They're not the colors you know, but the ones your soul might remember. Astronomers take these invisible waves and translate them into images we can see. In doing so, they reveal galaxies like paintings from dreams, spinning, shimmering, delicate. Like the universe is whispering through color, telling you that even in silence, there is music. Even in darkness, there is light waiting to be translated into wonder. Let that idea settle in your mind. The stars are speaking. Not loudly, not in language, but through colors we can't even see. Yet somehow, we feel them. So as you rest tonight, imagine yourself floating through a place where blue burns warm and red hums soft lullabies, where colors hold you like a dream, where everything glows with the gentle promise that even the unseen can be deeply felt. The universe has no edges, only curves of time. Most things in life have edges: a table, a book, a bed. There's a clear start and a definite end. But space does not believe in edges. Imagine floating in a place where you could drift forward forever and somehow end up behind yourself. This isn't fantasy, it's physics. The universe curves, not like a ball you can hold in your hand, but like a whisper that loops endlessly. Time itself curves too. In places with enough gravity, time slows down. Not metaphorically, literally. It bends, like sunlight through water. In some distant galaxies, time ticks differently than it does in your bedroom. Right now, on the other side of the cosmos, there may be a star, just rising, while here, that same light left 1,000,000 years ago. There are no walls at the end of the universe. No fences, just curving paths made of time, light, and gravity. You could drift forever and never fall off the edge. Because the edge isn't a thing. It's a feeling that belongs only to humans, not to space. Let that thought wrap around you like a warm blanket. The universe has no edges, so maybe your thoughts don't need to either. Let them float. Let them bend softly around stars and memories. Let your breath curve gently with the galaxy. And as you drift deeper into sleep, know that you are part of something without sharp corners. Only spirals. Only orbits. Only infinite soft curves that go on and on. Like a lullaby the stars hum just for you. What happens after everything ends? Nobody knows. But some say maybe there's a bounce, a heartbeat, a moment when all the collapsed matter, everything crushed into nothing, suddenly expands again. A new Big Bang, a new beginning, a new universe, stretching its arms and yawning into existence. Maybe the story isn't over. Maybe it never was. And maybe, just maybe, we'll dream it all again. Or maybe this is it, a quiet ending, where nothing explodes, nothing screams, nothing cries, just silence and peace and the soft echo of a billion stars whispering goodbye. But you know what's beautiful? You got to be part of it. This incredible, impossible, fragile thing called existence. You heard the music of space. You saw its colors. You felt awe. That's more than enough. If this is the last night, then let it be a gentle one. No fear, no questions. Just star twinkling outside your window, reminding you how magical it all was. You don't need to understand it all. You only need to rest. The universe isn't asking for answers tonight. It's offering you a lullaby. Can you hear it? A soft hum woven into the silence. It's singing you to sleep. And now, breathe. Let your body melt into the mattress. Let your thoughts drift like comets. Let your worries burn up in the atmosphere. The universe will end someday. But not now. Not here. Not tonight. Tonight, it's holding you. Gently, lovingly. Like a mother tucking her child in, kissing their forehead, and whispering, "You are safe. You are loved. And everything is going to be okay. Sleep, little star. You've wandered far enough for now. Close your eyes. Now imagine you're floating in the dark, where nothing hurts and everything glows softly, like moonlight on water. You're not lost. You're not alone. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, drifting through the story of everything, carried by the same forces that build stars and cradle dreams. The universe isn't far away. It's inside you. Every breath you take echoes the first breath of creation. Even endings can be beautiful. A candle doesn't cry when it goes out. It just glows one last time and disappears with grace. Some say the universe may fade that way too. Not with a bang, but with a sigh. A gentle cooling, a slow dimming, a cosmic goodbye. And in that fading light, maybe we'll finally understand that everything was always temporary, and that's what made it so precious. The stars, the galaxies, the colors, the joy, the pain, the questions, and the silence. It all mattered. because you were here to witness it. Your eyes, two tiny windows in a sea of darkness, got to see what no one else did. Your version of the universe. Unique, unrepeatable. Yours. So hold on to that wonder. Let it carry you deeper into rest. This is the moment, the one between wake and sleep, where magic still lingers and everything feels soft. Let go of everything. Let your breath slow, like waves folding into the shore. Whatever the end looks like, it will be gentle, just like this night, just like this moment. You're safe, you're loved. You are stardust, coming home. Sleep now. Let's imagine the final sunset of the universe. Not on Earth, but across everything. A soft fade, a long exhale of starlight. No explosions, no chaos. Just a gentle dimming. Like your eyes closing, just like now. Even the most powerful galaxies will one day become quiet and sleep forever in the arms of the dark. Some call it the heat death, but it's not scary. It's just peace. A stillness that's been waiting for trillions of years. The stars gave all they had. They lit up the silence. They created beauty. And now they rest. You're resting too, like a little echo of the cosmos. Isn't it strange that from chaos came order, then life, then you curled up in your blanket, softly breathing, drifting. The universe had to work so hard for this moment to exist. So sleep, that's your gift back to it. Time will stretch. Light will fade. Even atoms may fall apart. But memory, that stays. In some gentle layer of reality, your dreams will echo. And long after the last star goes out, the warmth you felt tonight will still linger somewhere, because you mattered, even in a universe so vast it forgets its own name. So here we are, at the edge of everything. The stars have dimmed, the galaxies have grown quiet, and the universe itself is finally resting, just like you. You've traveled across eons, through time, through black holes and nebulae, through memories older than light. You listened, you imagined, and now you deserve peace. Close your eyes. No need to hold on to any thoughts. They've all been gently carried away by the solar winds and tucked into the folds of space. Your heartbeat now matches the quiet rhythm of the cosmos. Slow, gentle, safe. The universe doesn't ask for much, just that you rest, that you feel loved, that you know you matter. Thank you for being here.